Hey everybody, this is Leftover Remains Stencyl Tutorials, and today is going to be a Leftover Remains Quick Tips tutorial for a timer setup. Now, I've already set up a lot of the stuff. As you can see, I already have the timer HUD. Plus, I also created a couple of things which I'll get into for the script. Now, one thing, I've made a group for, come on you stupid mouse. One thing for the group, I made a cannot touch, which you may or may not know. All I did was create new, and then I just made sure that none of these were clicked. As you can see, some of these for the enemy, it can touch enemies and main character and tiles, but for this particular thing, it's as if it's not even in the scene, rather it's an overlay for the scene. So just make sure that all the things, why am I pointing at my screen? Anyway, I literally was just pointing at my screen. Anyway, so now that we have that done, you can see that in the physics I have cannot move, which is also needed. Also in the behaviors or events, I went to the attributes and I did a game attribute for the clock, and I set it up as a numbers. That's going to be important. Obviously you don't need a boolean for a clock. That doesn't make any sense. So now first off, I'm going to put this little code in here that says set clock to clock -1 for every 1 second, which you can find in the time and every n seconds. Next I'm going to go to the drawing and I'm going to put draw text. So I have it in the timer HUD events, so obviously it's going to register in the actor itself. So instead of 10:10 in the scene, it's going to be 10:10 within the actor itself. Next we have updated. Always make sure that anything you want still is anchored to screen. And I'm going to save it real quick. Now I'm going to jump over to scene 1 and I'm going to create this timer HUD. If you don't know, just go to create. And then you have all these little fun stuff. And for me, I use the create actor type at blah blah and blah blah at front, and I'm going to plug that in. Now, how I got these numbers is I took the entire scene and I took half of the scene. Then I took the actor size, which is 64, as you can see right here, 64 of the width, and then I decided to half that, so it's 640, or in this case 320 is the middle, minus half of the 64 wide actor, which is 32, and I got the 288. And for depth purposes, I put 5 as the amount that it's going to be away from the top of the screen. That way there's a little bit of a space. Now, let's see, is there anything else? The clock build. There's not much really to it. As you know, it's just the numbers with excuse me, with pretty much just the numbers. That's all you really need. And for this purpose, I put in scene 1. Oop, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Alright, I'll just, here we go, right here. Duh. Alright, so clock is set to 10. So when this scene particularly starts, it'll set to 10. You can also add some extra booleans and some extra numbers set up so that you'll have it for other scenes. That way it's not constantly returning to 10. Such as clock is equal to remaining time, and then you can put for the next scene, when created, set clock to remaining time. And I'll save it again, and then I'll test it. And as you can see, the timer goes down, it stays in the middle, and again, this is not accurate. You could want to change it, so let's go in to the drawing and let's go to color. Let's throw in a color font here, and let's choose maybe a green, and then we'll move this over to, let's say, 20, because it looked a little far to the left. Save it, test it, and boom, check that out. Ooh, it's all colorful and stuff. Well, anyway, this was a quick tip tutorial on timers. I hope you guys liked it, and thanks for watching.